Joy, I don't think he should play again. Shady, I don't think he should play again. Dave, I don't think he should play again this season. I don't often know of players missing 12 days of practice. Like, that's a rarity in the NFL. Yeah, if you miss 12 days of practice, you either had a devastating concussion, like a devastating concussion. A, you either have a devastating injury to where you're going on IR and we're just ruling you out for at least 4 to 6 weeks. B, or you're done for the season. Like, those are the typical options where you're missing 12 days of practice. 12 days? We've seen Terrell Owens miss 21 days and come back on a broken leg and play in games like the Super Bowl.
That's true.
Thomas Davis only needed 12 days to completely shatter his forearm, put 15 screws in it, and play in a playoff game. So if you miss 12 days of practice, I just haven't heard of it in my NFL experience, my 4 years. I haven't seen it happen. Shady, and talking to you, you haven't seen it happen often either. If Lamar comes back, my thought process is, for what? Y'all not winning the Super Bowl. Y'all don't have the roster to do it. Mark Andrews is your best receiving threat, and he's a tight end. So if you coming back, for what? I think about Robert Griffin. Robert Griffin messed up his LCL on December 9th of 2012. And by January 6th of 2013 in the playoff game, he blew out his knee. Robert Griffin never got that big second contract. Robert Griffin, a Heisman winner like Lamar Jackson, a Heisman winner. Are they different players? Absolutely. Former teammates, though they are. Both were very good in their own right. Robert Griffin, Offensive Player of the Year. I don't want Lamar Jackson, who doesn't have his guaranteed bread yet, Shady. I don't want him going out there if he's not able to be the same Lamar Jackson we know he's capable of being. And if you miss 12 days of practice, I don't see how you can be the same season. Where you stand on Lamar? Should he play again this season? Should he want to play again this season?
Before that, can we never compare them two ever again? They like way different. Anyway, listen, if Lamar
sending little pat right there.
If Lamar Jackson is healthy enough, he should play. I don't believe that statement you said. They can't win a Super Bowl. If you really look at this season, in the games that he played in, right? A lot of them top teams we talk about, they had them guys beat. That's the lead slipped away in the fourth quarter with a couple minutes to go. But a lot of them games, they had them guys beat. Their defense is playing a lot better. They're getting more healthy around this time, and they're healthier. So, yeah, they can win some of these. They can win in the playoffs. I can't say that. And then one thing about the playoffs, each year you go, you get more and more experience, right? So who knows? Lamar, if you're healthy, get out there, man. You might earn some more money, $10 million, $20 million. Extra money that he can make.
Talk to me about this. I know you had a rib injury. I don't believe you had any knee injuries, but talk to me about the aspect
I didn't even do the hurt thing. That never was my thing. I'm on that field.
Talk to me about being injured and playing through an injury, knowing that it might worsen. If you're Lamar and you don't yet have that money guaranteed, and you have a knee injury and you know about it, knee injuries, even if you've never had one yourself, talk to me about the psyche of, man, if I go out there and it gets worse, who gonna protect me then?
I get that, but the thing is, like, in his position, you've seen quarterbacks get paid that's not as good as you, and you've seen quarterbacks get paid that had other injuries. Season injuries, Dak Prescott, right? He got hurt, and he got paid the next year. So I think that as a football player, it's always in your mind. Listen, I remember getting in the piles and get twisted up, and you can get hurt at any given second, but that's what you sign up for. There's different type of players. There's players that I'm going to fight through pain. I love this game. I put it all on the line. And there's other players that don't really do all that. They get hurt. They're not going to take no shots. They're not going to do this and that. They're going to sit out. They're going to sit out. I think Lamar was the first option. I think Lamar plays through pain, plays through injuries. So I think if he really can go, I think he'd be out there for his team.
Yeah, I mean, one thing we know about Lamar Jackson is he loves football. You can't say that about everybody. And that's fine if you don't really love football, if you're just playing it for the check. Whatever.
I can't stand on players, Joe.
I know you don't like them. I know you don't. But there are a lot of players like that.
That would be me.
Wait, was you for the check or you was for the team?
Anyway, Lamar loves football. It is concerning that he's not practicing because we keep talking about it like it's a Jalen situation where he's like doubtful and should he be back this week or maybe give him another week of rest. Lamar's not even practicing. So he is clearly very hurt. Now, that doesn't mean that in a week he won't be back at practice and then a week later he won't be ready. But to me, if you're healthy enough to be on the field as a star and be most of what you are, that you'll be better than the backup quarterback, but not 100% of what you are, you should be on the field if you're, cleared, obviously. Right. But if you're on the field as the star and you're worse than what a just healthy backup would be, then you shouldn't be out there because you're hurting the team at that point. So if he's healthy enough to play and they're in the playoffs, he should be out there. I realize I'm saying this with a heated blanket on from a studio, and if I stub my toe, I consider calling in to work. I get that. But this is what you do. What do you say, Shady? They give you money? Play football.
That's how it works.
Now, I know he's trying to get more money, but he had the opportunity to get guaranteed money at the beginning of the season and chose to bet on himself. And I believe that no matter how this season ends, Lamar is still going to get his money. But I also have never believed in the idea that owners are going to continue this trend of giving hundreds of millions of dollars guaranteed to players.
It's important to keep in mind, and it still plays tricks on me. Like, the season is a week longer than it used to be.
Right.
I don't think people have caught up to that. Like, the Ravens, whether they win the AFC North or not, the Ravens are in the playoffs. We know that. They're going to play. They're going to get a wild card game at the very least. Lamar doesn't have to practice for almost 2 more weeks. Like, January 11th would be the Wednesday or the Thursday before a weekend wild card game. So there's time to monitor this, and that's why I'm not sweating it right now. But Lamar he shouldn't be out there from a health standpoint, from a helping the team standpoint, from a maximizing his value standpoint, if he's not healthy enough to play and play like Lamar Jackson. Right. But he still has 2 weeks, and 2 weeks is a long time with freaky football players. 2 weeks,
and great trainers and doctors.
He shouldn't be. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind he wants to play, but he shouldn't do it unless he's healthy. The Ravens still have quite a bit of time to get him healthy. So I'm putting a pin in this for a little while.
We will revisit it soon, and hopefully by then Lamar Jackson will be on the football field.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.